12 o'clock, good afternoon, and welcome to LJ News. When Torrie Marshall came across Stelios Tinder profile, she was immediately attracted to him. In 2019, the then 23-year-old beauty therapist had recently moved to the Blue Mountains, west of Sydney, for work and was looking to date. I had just been travelling to Bali and I had my sister's wedding, she told news.com.au. When I came home, I was feeling a little bit post-holiday blues and lonely, so I jumped on Tinder. Talking to Stelios, Miss Marshall felt an instant spark. The handsome Greek business consultant living in Sydney seemed to really understand her. He was obviously very attractive physically, but I think as time went on, we got on so well. We just had the same sense of humour, the same sort of family values, she said. We just connected on this emotional connection that I hadn't really felt with a lot of guys my age. It seemed like the perfect start to a new relationship, but there was just one problem. Stelios didn't exist. Instead, Miss Marshall, who appears on this week's episode of Inside on SBS, was being catfished, manipulated by a complete stranger. After hitting it off on Tinder, Stelios moved to their chat to Facebook Messenger. However, bizarrely claimed he wasn't able to add her as a friend on the social media site. He also insisted they phone and text via an app called Kick Messenger, which doesn't require a phone number to register an account. Uncomfortable with the idea of FaceTiming someone she had met in person, Miss Marshall was fine with the suggestion they only talk on audio calls. While Miss Marshall was falling for Stelios, she now says that in hindsight, some of his behaviour didn't quite fit with the picture-perfect threat he was presenting online. While he claimed to work as a successful business consultant at a real-life Sydney-based company, he would often talk to her until 4 a.m. Miss Marshall had been unable to meet Stelios in person because of her work commitments. However, was surprised by his reaction when she announced she would be coming to Sydney and wanted to see him. I was travelling through Sydney and I asked him if he just wanted to catch up and get a drink or whatever, she said. He got very defensive about it and said he was busy with work and he can't just drop everything to have a drink with me, which I found kind of weird. Stelios would also pressure Miss Marshall into sending intimate photos of herself, saying he would end things if she didn't. He always wanted me to send something to him, and really that wasn't in my nature. I didn't want to send any of that, she said. I didn't want to lose him, so I just did it, but afterwards, I just felt so disgusting that I had done that, as I didn't want to do it. After nearly 6 months of talking, Stelios and Miss Marshall made plans to finally meet up. He said he would come to spend a week with Miss Marshall at her Blue Mountains home, prompting her to take time off work in anticipation. There was just one thing he needed her to do before she got there. He asked me to do this sexually explicit video and dress up for him, Miss Marshall said. Immediately I said no because I didn't want to do it. I didn't feel comfortable. In response, Stelios said he wouldn't see Miss Marshall unless she sent him the video, claiming he was waiting at a McDonald's near her house. In a moment, I was like, I'll just quickly go and do the video, Miss Marshall said. As soon as Miss Marshall sent the video, Stelios cut off all contact with her, deactivating his Facebook account. Devastated she had been ghosted, Miss Marshall sought solace from a friend who suggested they do a reverse image search of the photos of Stelios. They discovered countless Facebook profiles with similar names using the same images, which actually were a famous Greek singer, Konstantinos Argyros. However, Mr. Argyros does not know Miss Marshall and was not involved in any way with catfishing her. The discovery that she had not only been ghosted but also catfished left Miss Marshall feeling suicidal, and she sought help from a nurse at her GP clinic. The now 26-year-old finds it difficult to date and has trouble trusting people really are who they say they are online. I kind of don't believe anyone if I've met them on Tinder, and I've accused people of being catfishes when they're actually not, because my trust is just so broken for so long, she said.